Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. B, your Tech Talk Doc, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, check out our videos, subscribe, like, and share. And if you're not new and you've been coming by often, I appreciate it. Keep coming. Today we're going to be talking about how do I create these talking avatar videos, what platforms am I using, and what the primary role of those platforms are and what it can do, and the typical output. Now, I probably don't use each platform to its, I say, max, so that's why I'm using 3 platforms, but this is what I found works and I kind of like it. So if you like it, follow along and check it out. So here's an example of one of my talking avatar videos, and I use a cartoonized image of me. That's right, but you can use any image, and we'll show you how you do that. Provide the right care, the right time, in the right setting. So you see the voice and the lips, they're in sync. So first we have to come up with content. All right, how do I come up with the content? Well, let me show you how we do it. And the first is we start with ChatGPT. So I use ChatGPT Pro to create a script of what I want to create. So I want to make a video about how Google just gave creators their own profile pages. Well, where am I going to get the actual text that I can convert to audio? And where am I going to get the images for that video subsequently? And I'll show you how I do that now. We're going to go ahead and take the steps that I normally would do to show you how to get it done. So we're in ChatGPT Pro, and this is what I want to do. I'm going to tell ChatGPT what I want it to do and how to do it, pretty much. I'm going to set the stage. I'm going to tell it how long I want the video to be and what I want it to include. So I'm going to say for text to speech and avatar creation in VEED.io. I like to tell it that, and I'll tell it here ElevenLabs because that's what I use. That is about 3 minutes long, about how Google just gave creators their own profile pages. All right, that's all I'm gonna do. Create a script for text to speech in ElevenLabs and avatar creation in VEED that is about 3 minutes long, about how Google just gave, and you may have to tweak it, but let's see what it produces for us. And I'm going to use each of the paragraphs to break the video down with images, and I'm going to create those images from the text, and I'll show you how we do that. All right. So it's planning a 450 word narrative because I asked it to keep it to 3 minutes. And let's see what it's going to put out for a script, and from that script I will create images, and we'll show you how. So I'll show you the entire script, and ChatGPT knows me, it learns, it knows who you are. All right, so this is what it gives me, and you can read through the whole thing. Google just gave blah 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 blah. Now that's great. What am I going to do with this? Well, I'm going to create speech from this. And how do you do that? Well, let me bring over the other platform we're talking about. And the other platform I'm talking about is ElevenLabs. Okay. Now, I haven't used it for everything it can do. I kind of found this to be the best in terms of text to speech. I cloned my voice with this, and it came out amazing. With the plan I have, it only allows you to do one professional voice, and it is actually really on target. So, but you can do a lot of different things, as you can see here. But I'm using the text to speech function. All right, and it keeps a history of what you've created as well, and you can restore that. You can change the model that you're using. You can do so many different things here in different languages and so on and so forth. Okay, so what I basically want to do though, it tells you to start typing here or paste any text. So I'm going to go back to my ChatGPT. I'm going to just hit this copy, and I'm going to hit Control V to paste it. It'll tell me how many characters And when I generated it, it'll tell me how long it is, because I have limits to how long a video can be in the next step, which I'll show you on VEED.io. Let's go ahead and generate speech. And keep in mind that when you generate speech, you need to make sure that, for example, if you do Google and you do it .com, like the period, it may not say it right. So you need to say .com, like that. So I would go through it, listen to it once to make sure it's pronounced the way it's typed out, so you don't have any errors. So we'll go to generate, and it'll tell us how long it's going to be. And remember, I asked it to be 3 minutes. Google just gave creators something that... And it's this many characters. And it will tell us how long it is. All right, we'll just wait for it to generate. And it gives you two different generations, 1 and 2 here. This will take, the speech part of it. So remember, we're going to need speech and image. So we're going to have the speech part. This will make the speech part the .mp3. And you can see this is 3 minutes and 24 seconds. So I can go ahead and download this one, or I can download that one, or both. So let me go ahead and download this one. You can see it downloads over here. All right. And now that's downloaded, and that's in our download folder. Now, here's the other part. How do I make the actual slides or the images to go along with the speech that my avatar is speaking? And I'll show you how I do that right now. So I usually break it up by paragraph. I don't want to make them too long because I don't want too much information included. So I'll take, for example, this one here, and I'll just copy this. All right. Let me go back to ChatGPT, and we're going to write this. I'm going to write this specifically this way. Create a 3D image that illustrates the following, but also leave space at least 25% on the right, so my video avatar from VEED.io doesn't block the text or image. All right, I'll put this in, say, parentheses like this, and then you want to use this over and over again, because I'm gonna put the first actual sentence. So remember, we just pulled this, and then I'll put this into the copy mode so I can paste that next. Okay, and it learns and it knows. So I want to create a 3D image that illustrates the following, but I want to leave at least 25% on the right. Now, why do I do that? Let me show you why. And this is exactly why, because I want to reserve 25 to 30% for my avatar to fit. Okay, so if I just create an image like I've done before, it will not have room, and it will block the content I'm trying to show. We don't want this. We want this avatar safe. So that's why I write the command that way. All right, so let's go ahead and see what it does. And I'm going to create one image for each paragraph or section that I have in the text-to-speech area. So you see what it says? It's going to allow 25% for my VEED avatar. And we haven't shown you VEED yet, but we will, and you'll see. We won't create the whole entire video because that would take too long. I'm going to show you at least a section of it so you know how to do it for when you want to create videos. And I think the most important thing is getting your voice cloned perfect so that it does sound real, it does look real. So let's see what it produces from that. And let me also grab this again, because that's what's next to come back. Remember, it is Control V that. And I also want to take this part. All right, because I'm going to reuse that. Usually it learns and you don't have to re-enter that the next time. So ChatGPT is very smart, so it will not require you to put that information in there. And this is what it does. So it generates a 16:9 tech themed image prompt. All right, so that my avatar could fit right here. All right, so let me go ahead and hit download. And I'm going to download it now like that because I want to show you another feature that we're going to have to use. And we'll go ahead and create one more. All right. And this was the second part here. We'll do 3 just for showing you. All right, so it's going to create another one, basically illustrating what is said here, what it believes is right as far as content. All right, so far we created the voice for the entire 3-minute and something video, but right now I'm only going to create 3 images that will tie to probably the first minute or so, because that comes last. And I'm going to show you the best way to do it. And here is your second one, and it shows you profile.google.creator, as you can see. So let's go ahead and download that as well. All right, and now let's just do a third one so we can get the point over. I'm going to combine these two. All right, just so it shows us a little bit more that we want to see. All right, and then after this, we got to choose our avatar picture we're going to use. So we have our third image here. Let's go ahead and download. And now this is where I'm going to show you a little trick, because imagine having 26 images. And what are their names? Well, those images are named something like this. ChatGPT image, August 20th, blah, 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 blah. And say you have like 24 of them for the timeline. And your timeline looks, say, like this. I mean, knowing which one comes in and does what sequence, they're not numbered. It's a pain in the butt. I want to know number 1, number 2, number 3, so I can easily navigate and pull, say, number 1 into here and enter them into the timeline. So what do? Well, here's what I do. I'm going to go over to our download section, and these are the 3 images we just downloaded. I'm simply going to right click on them. I'm going to go to compress to a zip file. All right. And let me just give it a name I could remember. We'll call it new. All right. Let's go back here, and I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to say to ChatGPT, I need you to put the attached files in sequential order, numbered, so I can easily find them to place on Filmora timeline. That's all I'm gonna do. You can write however you want. I mean, it's pretty smart, it understands. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go new, and it should understand what I say. And then we'll see and take a look at what it comes up with. Now, this does take a lot faster than it may seem on video, but I want to make this as easy as possible when you go to create the video. So right now it's inspecting them, and it's going to name it 01, 02, so it makes it a lot easier. So you can see here it's done. It created the names, it's showing me the names, and I can download it from already. Timeline, it's going to download it. Well, it's actually going to take me here. I can hit download. All right, now I have to go back to the download, and I need to extract it because that is a, now let me extract this, and you can see there. So if I go back to Filmora, let's go to new project, and let me import. And what you'll see is it's gonna be a whole lot simpler, okay, to import 3 images and know where they go, because it says 1, 2, and 3. So now we know where they belong. First one, second one, third one. It's a lot easier that way, as you can see. So I want you to understand the process I use. So we're using ChatGPT, ElevenLabs VEED.io, and Wondershare Filmora, and you can see what we do. We create the script and images from ChatGPT. We use that script in ElevenLabs Voice, and then we create the VEED avatar, bring it to the Filmora timeline, and publish it. So the next step, well, let's go over and take a look at VEED.io. I found this to be an incredible platform, and I hope you like it too. Now I want to show you the best way to do it, because there's good ways and there's bad ways, and you don't have to redo everything, okay? So what I have found is using a green background works better than just a transparent background or a black background, because Filmora's chroma key removes a specific color. All right. Bright green is usually very different from human skin, hair, eyes, and clothing, so Filmora can isolate it without damaging my avatar. I've tried it the other way, it didn't work. When I used the green, it worked amazing. So let me show you what I did first. Is in Photoshop, I basically went and put a green background. When I used no background, it didn't come out so hot because it couldn't distinguish between, say, the stethoscope, the glasses, and black background. So the green background was the way to go. So let me open up VEED and show you what we're working with. Let me bring it on over here. So VEED, this is where we do our avatar video production, talking avatars, AI presenters, captions, branding, music, and social video creation. I've only been using it for one thing again. So what I want to do is I want to first look here, and I'm going to make it a 9:16. All right. Here is my generated videos before. These are my talking characters that I've created, and you can have a certain number of talking characters with the plan. I think it's 25. So I'm going to hit view all, and you can see all the ones here. I started using green, and let's just go ahead and use this character, which is the Tech Talk Doc, and that's me, Dr. B. So that uses that character. Now, what do you want your character to say? Well, we already used ElevenLabs, so your voices, and I'm simply going to go to upload, and it's saved in the downloads, and it's the ElevenLabs audio here. Now it's going to work, and it's going to ask me to generate it, and I'll generate it. Let me give it a name. So we'll say YouTube tutorial. All right. And we'll just hit enter. And generate will come up quickly because it's not a very long video. So I'm going to hit generate. This can take some time to generate, but that's because it's doing a lot of work. Okay, so our video has been generated, as you can see here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit done. We're not going to do anything else in there. We're going to hit done. And when this gets to 100%, we're going to hit download, and we'll show you the steps from there. Okay, so let's go to download, and I'll select MP4, and it will download it right now. Now what I'm going to do is go into Filmora. Let's go ahead and do import, because we know we want to use this. All right. I'm going to go to add video track. Okay. We'll make sure this is on the first one. And I'm going to go to add and downloads. And this is the video we just created. I'm going to now pull this down to the top. I want to keep the current settings. All right. And you can see what we have here. I can also pull the second one in. All right. But let's go ahead now and move the avatar to where we want it. All right, so I'm going to use the position X, and let's bring it over here. Now I want to do this. I want to click on here on the video, go to AI matting, and you'll see chroma key. Select that. Now you want to select the color, and we're going to go over the green here, and you'll see right away. And you can mess with the tolerance, the pedestal, and all that stuff, but you'll see, you know, essentially what messing with that does. But we can pull these pretty much all the way over. and be safe. And now let me show you how it will look. Google just gave creators something that could become a major part of personal branding, an official profile page built directly into Google search. It's called a Google search profile. So you see how that works? So essentially, we just showed you how to do the following. We just showed you how to use ChatGPT to create a script and video images, one image per paragraph. Take that script, bring it to ElevenLabs. Take that script and make using an AI voice, my voice, which is generated to v.io with a image, and make a talking avatar with our final version being brought to Wondershare Filmora to publish. And essentially that is it. So this is the way I do it. If you find it helpful, you use it. Use the way I do, but there probably are quicker, easier ways to do it. But this is how I do it. Thank you for watching. Any questions, let me know, and I'll see you soon.